Support for Steppin Out comes in part from the Kristovich family in honor of Mary Lou and Bill Kristovich.
Good evening, I'm Peggy Scott Laborde and welcome to Steppin Out, spotlighting the New Orleans area's arts and entertainment scene. Seated at our table tonight, Poppy Tooker, host of the radio program Louisiana Eats, airing twice weekly on WWNO. Hello.
Hi, Peg.
How you doing? Hi. Award-winning photojournalist Del Hall here to discuss a new exhibit of his work at the New Orleans Museum of Art. What an honor. Great to see you.
Thank you.
And Kelli Fouchi, director of Rivertown Theatres' rendition of The Music Man. Hello, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
And we're going to have a song later on from some of the cast members. Also later, we'll have a performance by Kimberly Kay and Edward Carter Simon from their new production of the rock musical Hedwig in The Angry Itch. Alan Smason returns next week. First up, Poppy.
Well, first off, we have to give everybody some sad news if you didn't hear that we lost Chef Rene Bajou on Monday at the age of just 61. And of course, a lot of people will remember his fabulous food from the Windsor Court. He was at the Grill Room there, and then Rene Bistro and La Côte Brasserie. And I just can't believe I'm never going to get to eat Chef Rene's delicious French food again. It's a great loss for everyone, especially his family. Our condolences go to them. And let's talk about something happy. And what's really happy is that Samantha and Cody Carroll from, of course, Sac-A-Lait and Hot Tales have a second season of their Food Network show that's just getting started. And the name of the show is Cajun Aces, and they sent us a little sneak peek.
Let's take a look.
Here we go.
We're Sam and Cody Carroll,
We met in culinary school here in Louisiana 10 years ago.
and we've been together ever since.
Ooh, yum.
Now we've got a daughter.
Is that you?
Yep.
We work on our family farm.
It's crawfish season, baby.
Run 2 restaurants. That's gonna be good. And love to cook down-home Cajun classics for our family and friends.
Today, we're making a quick and Big Easy inspired brunch. First up is heirloom rye biscuits and strawberry jam.
Next, a New Orleans specialty, hot collage with fresh cane syrup. Then it's crawfish and stone ground grits with a poached egg.
Buckle up.
This is our life, and now you're cooking with us.
So Saturday mornings, huh?
Saturday mornings at 11. And how about that? Hot rice Kella.
That looks very good to me.
Belle Kella to show, madame. Right there on Cajun Aces. Something new on Magazine Street. Picnic Provisions and Whiskey opened up this week. Of course, this is a new venture from T. Martin, Daryl Reginelli, and Chef Tori McPhail. It's at the original Reginelli site, right there on the corner of Magazine and Nashville. And it's fine dining quality dishes ready to be served with great hospitality and lots of speed, 11 a.m. till 11 p.m. every day. Everybody's making a big deal about Chef Tori's crawfish boil hot fried chicken sandwich. But let me tell you what, how about smoked fish collars and faces? I can't say I've ever had that before. And oh my goodness, the pig dip sandwich is smoked pig shoulder with pimento cheese, horseradish sauce, and liquefied hogshead cheese. Who ever heard of such a thing?
I love hogshead cheese.
West Indies crab tacos, pork debris and egg biscuit. How about a barbecued black Angus beef rib that's big enough to feed a crowd? There's great cocktails, fabulous wine, dine-in, carry-out, delivery, catering, cocktails, you name it. It's all there at Magazine and Nashville. So go give it a try. You can have the greatest picnic in the park, all courtesy of the superstars. Now, Speaking of fried chicken, that Fried Chicken Festival is coming back next weekend, which is the 22nd and the 23rd. It's 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Saturday, 11 to 8 Sunday at Waldenberg Park. New big location, over 35 participating vendors, some from as far away as San Francisco. So this is getting to be a big national event now. There's a Moe VIP lounge where for $75, there's 2,000 square feet of climate-controlled lounge. If the weather's hot next weekend, might be a good idea, with champagne, cocktails, fried chicken. What else could you need?
That's so right, Poppy. Thank you.
Thank
Something to really
you.
look forward to. And speaking of something opening tonight,
Yes.
The Music Man. Kelly, you all have been so good about preserving those musicals that we love for so many years.
Yes, well, this is our
What's he
big
doing?
season opener for our 7th season at Rivertown Theatres, and it's our biggest cast ever. We have 56 cast members in the show.
And lots of darling little kids.
Lots of little kids in that boys band, lots of young teen dancers, and it's a big, huge show. It's a big, huge spectacle, and everything that the Music Man should be, is a big season opener.
Well, I'm always amazed how much you all produce during the season. I would think you must start, months that are almost years in advance sometimes.
Yeah,
huh?
we plan our season about 18 months in advance,
Really?
so by the time we actually start a season, we're actually already thinking about the next one.
Now,
But it's good.
Who's playing the Music Man?
My husband, Mark Fouchi,
Imagine.
and he is really just lighting up the stage. He's
Well, I remember him as Will Rogers. He was terrific in that. And that's one of those musicals that wasn't as well known. I'm so glad you did that
yes.
too. But this has to be so fun. Now,
It is.
Is somebody else in the show too?
my
maybe?
2 daughters as well. It is a family affair, and actually my
Great.
dad's in the show. It's his first time doing a show. I gave it to him for Father's Day, as he's always been wanting to walk across the stage. I said, I have something better for you, and so he's in Rock Island, the opening number of the show.
That's great.
And
Don't you also have a dancing school too?
I do, Encore Studio in
big?
Harahan, and we opened for classes about a week ago, a week before we opened the show. So life's a little crazy right now, but I feel very lucky to be doing what I love.
But I know you also performed, but this time you directed.
I'm directing this time, yep. So being in charge of 56 bodies in one space is quite a handful, but it's been such a joy, and everyone is so excited to open and just present this beautiful show tonight.
Well, good luck with everything.
Thank
we're
you.
glad.
Thank
and
you.
Now, though, here is Rachel Looney as Marion the librarian. We also have a quartet: bass Carl Hansen, baritone Joe Jacquat. We have as lead Johnny Ufnock and tenor Hansen Ashite. Let's hear the song "Light a Rose" and "Will I Ever Tell You" from The Music Man.
Light a rose, I'm home again, Rose, to get the sun back in the sky. Light a rose, I'm home again, Rose, about 1,000 kisses shy. Ding dong ding, I can hear the chapel bell chime. Ding dong ding, at the least suggestion I'll pop the question. Light a rose, I'm home again, Rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Oh, light a rose, now everyone knows that I am hoping you're the same. So here is my love song, not fancy or fine. Light a rose, oh, won't you be my light a rose, oh, light a rose, oh, light a rose.
Dream of now, dream of then, dream of a love song that might have been. Do I love you? Oh yes, I love you, and I'll bravely tell you, but only when we dream again.
light a rose, oh. Light a rose, I'm home again, Rose, to get the sun back in the sky. Light a rose, I'm home again, Rose, about 1,000 kisses shy. Ding dong, ding. I can hear the chapel bells chime.
And I'll bravely
Ding dong, ding. At the least suggestion, I'll pop the question. Light a rose, I'm home again, Rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Light a rose, now everyone knows that I am hoping you're the same. So here is my love song, not fancy or fine.
Will I ever tell?
Light a rose, oh, won't you give me my light a rose, oh, light a rose, oh, light a rose.
Wow. She does look like Katherine Grayson. We've determined that. A reminder that you can see Rivertown Theatres, The Music Man, from September 14th to the 30th. Visit the theater's website to purchase your tickets. And congratulations, Kelly.
you.
And New Orleans Magazine's quiz queen, Julia Street, has a question for us. Last time, Pam Francis gave us the names of the 2 airlines that offer nonstop service between New Orleans and their European hubs. The answers are British Air to London and Condor to Frankfurt, Germany. Now tonight's question. One Amtrak passenger train goes from New Orleans to Los Angeles, the other from New Orleans to Chicago. What are their names? Email your answers to steppinout@wyes.org. Our prizes: a year subscription to Louisiana Life magazine, a t-shirt with the message "Mint to be Mojito" from our friends at wearablevegetables.com, and we have a pair of admission passes to either the Audubon Zoo, Aquarium of the Americas, or the Butterfly Garden in the Insectarium. You can go to WYS.org for our online calendar to see our lineup of events, including the New Orleans Opera's open house and orientation event this Sunday. You can also link to our WYS YouTube channel to see our program. Now, earlier today, in our studios, actors Kimberly Kay and Edward Carter Simon visited with us concerning their production of the award-winning rock musical Hedwig and the Angry Inch, and their band came along with them. A new rock musical, or fairly new rock musical, has come to New Orleans. Not many productions of it here. We're so excited. Right now at Cafe Istanbul, Itzhak, tell us about what is Hedwig.
Hedwig is the very rock and roll story of a young man named Hansel who's born in communist East Berlin, and in order to escape this war-torn country, he has a sex change operation so he can leave to go to the United States, but it gets botched and it leaves him with an angry inch, and he becomes Hedwig, the rock star in America. So it's a pretty amazing story about immigration and gender and rock and roll. And it's awesome.
Well, for your true art, you have to go to a lot of trouble. Tell us about your preparation, your tout ensemble.
Yes, Peggy. It's quite arduous. Actually, the first time it was 5 years ago when I first put this makeup on. I haven't been out of it since. Truthfully, I haven't seen my face in quite some time. My mother always said, if you stay ready, you never have to get ready. I'm on call. Birthday parties, rodeos, you name it.
Now, we, of course, should remember that your good friend, Michael Cerveris, who lives in New Orleans as much as he can, but he's a very busy actor. He was the original, wasn't he?
He was the replacement for the original, and he ended up playing the role
Off-Broadway.
500 times. Off-Broadway, Los Angeles, London, and some in Berlin. So we were lucky to have a
Has he
very
offered some insight into all of this, your production?
He did. He came the very last weekend while we were rehearsing and gave us some little notes and taught us some tricks to adjust Hedwig's face. It was a good time.
Very good time. I know another hat that you wear is that you're in a country music band, a roots band, called Loose Cattle with Michael as well, huh? So hopefully you'll be coming back soon for that too.
We will. It's a slightly different sound and very different costuming. Yeah.
Yes. Would you do us the honor of introducing the band?
Absolutely. Please allow me to introduce you to the ambassadors of Eastern Bloc Rock, the Angry Inch, ladies and gentlemen. Over here on guitar, we have Mr. Christoph. On bass, we have Josik. On the drums, we have Schlotko. And my most trusted musical director, Skizip. Also very talented. So very lucky to be in this country.
And we are so lucky that they are here. And now we will hear Tear Me Down. Let me get out of here. Thank you all so much.
Don't you know me, New Orleans? I'm the new Berlin Wall, baby. Try and tear me down. I was born on the other side of a town ripped in two. I made it over the Great Divide, and now I'm coming for you. Enemies and adversaries, they try and tear me down. You want me, baby, I dare you. Try and tear me down. I rose from off of the doctor's slab, like Lazarus from the pit. Now everyone wanna take a stab, decorate me with blood, graffiti, and spit. Enemies and adversaries, they try and tear me down. You want me, baby, I dare you. Try and tear me down.
August 13th, 1961, a wall was erected down the middle of the city of Berlin. The world was divided by a Cold War, and the Berlin Wall was the most hated symbol of that divide. Reviled, graffitied, spit upon. We thought the wall would stand forever, but now that it's gone, we don't know who we are anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, Hedwig is like that wall, standing before you in the divide between East and West, slavery and freedom, man and woman, top and bottom. And you can try and tear her down. But before you do, you must remember one thing.
Listen, there ain't much of a difference between a bridge and a wall. Without me right in the middle, baby. Wow, you won't be nothing at all. Enemies and adversaries, they try and tear me down. You want me, baby, I dare you. Try and tear me down. Enemies, adversaries, they try and tear me down. You want me, baby, I dare you. Try and tear me down. From East Berlin to Junction City. Hello, New Orleans. Hello, Jefferson Parish. What? You wanna try and tear me down?
A reminder that you can catch Hedwig and the Angry Inch at Cafe Istanbul on St. Claude Avenue this weekend through September 23rd. And then the following weekend, they'll be moving over to Happy Land, the Happy Land Theater, and that is on Burgundy. And go to hedwignola.com for tickets and all kinds of information. Now, though, it's time for our Artist Spotlight. Tonight, we are showcasing the artwork of local landscape painter, plein air, Peggy Posner. This is Greek Church on Bayou St. John. So beautiful. And she was interested in art from a young age, and she taught at Delgado for over 20 years. And then this is Remnant Mining Disaster 1980, an exhibit of her artwork titled Impressions, New Orleans, North Shore and Beyond is on view now through October 7th at Longview House and Gardens. That's right there on Bamboo Road. By the way, she'll be doing a walkthrough, though, a week from tomorrow. I also wanted to give a shout out to this Saturday's Art in the Bend, which is a new indoor pop-up market, an art market at 728 Dublin Street. And it is put together by one of the original founders of the Mid-City Art Market and the Palmer Art Market. That was Wendy Laker. Congratulations. And now Del. Oh my goodness, so much to talk about. And we got some show and tell from your show, of course. Congratulations once again. What an honor, though, to be at NOMA. And my understanding is that it's 100 years since the first art exhibit, and here you are, and talking about, first of all, let's look at Sport of Kings. Okay. This is what the fairgrounds is near and dear to many of us. And we love that photo of Sport of Kings because of the light coming through. Around 1960, were you sort of hanging out there? Or
no, I wish I was,
that.
but I was actually on assignment. Well, you know, I worked for Channel 4
for many years.
For many years, and I had to carry. I carried my still camera with me everywhere I went, and I couldn't resist seeing this guy deciding where he wanted to put his next $2.
Exactly. And then, of course, later on, as we know, you went on to CBS and had a very distinguished career with them. And then the next one, though, and this is New Orleans again, we've got Silver Dollar Hotel Fire, which is extremely tragic, and the incredible, irony of this.
Yeah, it says sleep and safety. Well, what happened was 2 people died and several were injured in this fire. And it was right on Iberville, and the press club was right next door.
Oh, in downtown, right in the corner, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
And of course, that stripe used to indicate in the quarter barbershop. So there was a barbershop right next to it, wasn't there?
Yes, I guess.
But yeah, the irony that it said sleep and safety. Exactly.
And looking it up, I couldn't find it in any local papers. It was in the Chicago paper, the details and the date.
And the date and the photo. Gee. And then I love this. You have to tell us how you did this. Self-portrait?
Well, okay, this is a good story. You know, I was always interested in being a photographer for Life magazine, and Life was a big thing for me. And every now and then they would do a story about how this picture was made. They'd line up all their cameras, and it'd be all across the field, and they'd stand there next to them. Well, in 1962, I went to Rome for the opening of the ecumenical council for WWL.
With Phil Johnson, huh?
With Phil Johnson, yeah. And I just wanted to show what it took to do this hour-and-a-half documentary, and that's my tribute to them. And if you look in the corner, there's a little, you can see a photo, you can see a shadow of the camera, and there's nobody next to it, so it was all a self-timer.
So I was
that's
wondering
why I
about
call
that.
it self-portrait number 1.
Okay. Oh, wonderful. Now, you work with so many amazing people like Phil Johnson. We remember him so well, longtime news director and editorialist. And then later on, Charles Corral.
Corral.
And Walter Cronkite?
Well, I'm not the bragging kind of guy, but I did win an Emmy with Corral.
Oh, gee whiz. Now, hopefully everybody will go and see this wonderful exhibit in the Paylette room, the wing at NOMA. But also, if you can't get to NOMA, but we hope that you will, there we go. Look at this, best seat in the house, photographs, and you said it might even be extended, hopefully, too.
Well, it may be.
It may be, okay. But if you can't get there, you have to check out his book. And Richard Campanella interviewed you and went through all of the images for a book that's a compilation of your career, isn't it?
And if it hadn't been for Richard making me sit down and look for all my pictures, they probably would have been lost forever. I'd never.
This forced you to do that.
It forced me to do it and get prints made for.
Well, we're so glad. We're so very glad about that, and congratulate you. And that's really an honor to have an exhibit up in NOMA. I'm impressed, sir.
Well, I am too.
You are. You should be. You should be. All right. And now, though, time for our picks. Poppy.
Well, as local as it gets, September 19th, it's a New Orleans co-op fundraiser. It's going to be at Cafe Istanbul. Neighborhood restaurants are cooking, and the music by Steve Walkup and the Night People with special performers Amanda Shaw, Margie Perez, and Lil Freddie King. It's going to be quite a night.
Okay, Del, go.
Well, you must come to the NOMA to see 100 years of photography. It was in 1918 that they had their very first photo exhibit. So 100 years later, they're doing it again.
Oh, that's right. So they have another exhibit we should point out
I'm
in
just a
conjunction.
little part of that.
Okay,
Yeah.
in conjunction, past, present, and future. And yeah, check out NOMA. Lots of great things to see these days. Kelly.
So obviously Music Man, September 14th through 30th, but the following weekend, our children's theater production will present Music Man Jr. on the same stage and the same set, but we'll do the 1-hour version with all the young kids.
And what's the next show?
After that, we're doing an original musical that Ricky Graham is writing called Gone Pecan, celebrating 300 years and the tricentennial, and it's going to be quite a hoot.
Oh, that's great. How exciting.
Yeah.
And my picks tomorrow is the Irish Fest at the Kingsley House on Constant Street. There'll be all kinds of different music performances at the fest, including the Lost Bayou Ramblers. Tickets are just $15. Dr. W. Scott Griffiths will be giving a lecture. This is fascinating. It's titled Tennessee Williams's Emotional Suffering and Insights from a Streetcar Named Desire. That's tomorrow. It'll be in the Convocation Center Annex at Xavier University. Visit nobpc.org/event for more information, but it's totally free, and that I think will be fascinating. Looking ahead, the Historic New Orleans Collection will be screening the film The Buccaneer, starring Yul Brynner, and of course this is in celebration of the film's 60th anniversary. By the way, that was directed by Cecil B. DeMille, and that's at the HNOC's Williams Research Center right there in Chartis, next to K. Paul's. That's next Wednesday night, and tickets are a mere $5. Also next Wednesday and Thursday is A.R. Gurney's show Love Letters, featuring Nell Nolan and Dennis Waltering, and that will be at the Little Gem Saloon on South Rampart Street. Go to Ticketfly.com for that. By the way, you can also have dinner before, so a delicious dinner before. And then finally, tickets are now on sale for an Evening of Desire. That's on October the 9th. The event will be held at WYES's Corman Performance Studio. Tickets are $75 for the general public, and proceeds will be benefiting the programming for next year's Tennessee Williams New Orleans Literary Festival. Visit TennesseeWilliams.net or call the number on your screen, of course, to purchase tickets. Lots of local celebrities, and Poppy and I are going to be the official greeters. We'll be telling you more about it. We've got Anais St. John and Leslie Castet and Janet Duvall. So much fun.
It will
Thank
be.
you all so very much, and thank you for watching. Good night. Good night. Take care.